In this new day of football, folks, to have a guy like Isaiah Horton added to your roster is really a blessing. We have a receiver room that's been chosen to be one of the top 10 rooms, if not one of the best rooms in the SEC, definitely a top 10 room in the country. When you're talking about just so many players, I can name 6 right now, including Isaiah, who I don't care how you start them, you're going to be effective. They all do different things. They have their physical attributes allow them to do different things. But some of them, like Ryan's speed, Jeremy's mastery of routes, and Isaiah Horton's sheer size, it makes it ugly out there. And to say, if you don't know, Isaiah Horton definitely will be starting at one of those 3 receiver positions for the University of Alabama, assuming 3 receivers are needed when they start the game. If they go 2, maybe it'll be Jeremy and Ryan, but I'm thinking 3 sometimes. So I think in the first series, Horton would definitely get the nod. I mean, this guy, he's not a role player. He's a dominant player. This ain't some feel-good story. He went with Miami and he had a really good season. It's a calculated move. I mean, his frame at 6'4", 208 pounds, he's a matchup nightmare. I mean, most people say put him on the outside and do this. No, if he can take the inside, if he gets matched up with a linebacker and runs him across the field, or if he goes over down the field and, he gets the advantage over a probably shorter DB, 6'4", get a step on him. So maybe he's at the school now to become a little more crisp with his route running or whatever, but this is not just a roster ad. This is the warning shot to defensive backfields. And you better eat your Wheaties the night before you play the Crimson Tide. I mean, for a receiver, he's like a skyscraper with hands. Let's see. He gonna bully everybody out there. If he's wherever side he's on, Ryan's gonna get away from people. Jeremy's gonna. Isaiah don't have to do that. You leave him in a one-on-one, I would say he's gonna be 85% catching most of those, and strong enough probably to keep those from turning into interceptions. This guy can be Ty Simpson's best friend. And what I mean by that, everybody says that Ty is more accurate than Jalen. Okay, I get that. That's cool. But what if he falls off a little bit? What if he's not as accurate, because of nerves early? Well, one of the things about Isaiah Horton is that he has an awesome catch radius. He uses all of his length to make quarterbacks look great. I mean, it's called an elite catch radius. Some people have it, don't use it. He uses his. I don't know how this thing is made up. Maybe they started Randy Moss and they bring it in, but he's up there at the elite level already. One of his main positive. He's good at contested catches. He made a lot of them in his high school career, as you can see, and definitely many of them at Miami. I mean, 6'4" with hands. What more do you want? Good luck to. No, I wish bad luck on all those DBs having to. I was trying to be non-biased. I'm very biased for the University of Alabama. Roll Tide. He understands spacing, leverage, timing, and he's been praised by his Miami teammates for his leadership and work ethic. And this could be crucial. I know they call Jerm Bernard, they call him Unc, because he's teaching everybody DeBoer's offense and what his expectations. So you get a guy here with these kind of skills. This is I've been trying to say is DeBoer. I think you're about to see something very special from the Crimson Tide this year. I don't know if it'll carry on for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, but this year 2, I think you're going to see some very special stuff going on with the Alabama Crimson Tide. Like I say, he's not a burner. He doesn't get a lot of yards after catch, but he makes the catch. And somebody that size, that's what you're looking for. They did say they need to work on his blocking, but even Coach DeBoer in the press conference, when they talked about it, they say he didn't have a blocking problem. He said he saw him blocking. He didn't have a problem with him blocking. He said they didn't run the ball to, behind the receivers as effective. They say it's the way you run, set up a play. They didn't run the ball a lot, first of all. But when he saw him block, Coach DeBoer was okay with his blocking. And when I say I've reviewed recruiting footage of other receivers that are just coming in with the class of 2025, 26, every one of those huddle accounts for those receivers had videos showing them blocking, because that's important to most schools, but definitely the University of Alabama. Now, they say he's going to work on his route tree. He's still developing his nuances, when he sees the coverage going one way or the other. So is Ryan Williams. People may not realize that. He's working on that as well. And like I said, you got great coaches that are going to help him get there. And I don't have a problem with what's going on. But he gives Alabama something that we really hadn't had in a while. Not saying he's a Julio Jones type, but a sizable receiver that's willing to make those, that knows, not just willing, but can make those tough catches. Who's going to force the safety to keep an eye on his buddy, if you can. We send 3 of these guys at you, and if Ty can be 90% accurately in the area on most of these guys, it's gonna be a tough day. It's gonna be a tough day on them defenses. But he's a true outside alpha receiver, and in a red zone nightmare. I don't think we're gonna be doing too many fade routes to Ryan Williams this year. I don't know who called that, but it happened. We got a guy that can go there, and like I said, if he's double teamed, probably gonna make it easier for our huge tight ends. You got Williams stretching the field, Bernard in the slot, and I wouldn't even stick with that. The boy said he wanted to get these receivers where they can go anywhere on the field. That's what makes it scary. If we always come out the same way, you're probably doing yourself a disservice. Not saying that's not dominant to always have Horton here, always have William there, always have Bernard, Jeremy Bernard in the slot. Not saying we're going to be weak, but boy, it's scarier when you can just line these guys up where put Isaiah Horton standing up right next to Josh Kuvas, our tight end. Why not? Then put Ryan Williams there next play. Then put Jeremy there. Why not? You don't know what's about to happen. Ryan may pin the sneak and pin the linebacker to the ground. You don't know. Or he may run right behind him and catch a touchdown. You say that you can insert that for any receiver. Cole, all of them. There's some sleepers out there. Latia Brooks, a freshman who I'm telling you, he gonna set the world on fire. So I'm loving this. This is just gonna be great. He came in to take over. He has that mindset. He has the build, the resume. Let's see if I have his stats here from last season. At Miami, played 12 games, of course, 56 receptions, 616 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns. As you know, they threw a lot to the other guy who let's see, Yestrepa or something like that. He ran really slow at the combine. I think he was sandbagging because now he's playing with his college quarterback at Tennessee. That guy wasn't that slow. I mean, he ran a 6.7, whatever. But anyway, so a lot of balls went to this guy, but he was his best game. He had 108 yards, 1 touchdown, and career totals are 790 and 6 touchdowns. But I think he'll have more production. It wouldn't shock me if we go to the days of, you remember DeBoer when he came over from Washington, they had nearly, because of injury, it didn't happen, but he almost had they got a 1,000-yard rusher that year. They went to the national championship game, and they had almost 3 receivers that had 1,000 yards. Would not surprise me if Ty Simpson, who played 7-on-7 with Isaiah Horton back in Tennessee, it wouldn't surprise me if we had 3 receivers over 1,000 yards this year. And that's not overdoing it, saying we're gonna have 4,000-yard quarterback, but just give him 3,000. No, take that back. Give him 3,500. And if we have 1,000-yard back and maybe a 600-yard back, smells like 11 wins, but it's definitely a 10-win season. We get into the playoffs. Yeah, I'm talking about just the regular season. That would be a great season for this offense. So I look forward to it. I know you are ready to get it going, get it cracking, and make it happen. But them DBs, y'all come out there. Y'all better bring a ladder, a prayer, and backup plan, because Horton probably about to make you famous. Matter of fact, take that back. Bring your ladder, prayer, and a backup plan, because Alabama's wide receiver room is probably about to make you famous for all the wrong reasons. That's all I have on Isaiah Horton. Looking forward to seeing it all on the field. Until next time, roll, tide, roll.